are, as every Monday since 3 years, doing our weekly Monday transmission practice and energy work. And I said 3 years because yesterday, actually 2 days ago, I was reflecting on when we started our first session together. So we moved in very, very fast together, and a week later we did our first Monday together.
In House of Om?
In House of Om, which was beginning of September 3 years ago. And since then, every Monday we are present in the vortex.
Adding on that, I was doing also before I met Mathilde,
The Unity Project, yeah.
Unity Project for also every Monday for, I don't know, like another 1 year or 1 year and a half, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, it's not moving anywhere, I need my partner.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. So yeah, it
Also
was...
keeping seat next to me. It's like
I'm
this seat
manifesting
will-
my life
manifesting my life partner. My life will come.
So yes, a good evening for tonight. As you know, Monday session, but I'm going to repeat it again. So it really integrates in consciousness, in your consciousness. So Monday night is a spiritual gym. It means that on Monday night we guide you and we open the vortex for you to dive in. And through the guidance, you are building up your light body, you are building up your channel, your torus, you are building up your energetic field, you are building up your connections, and you are receiving in your time of readiness, in your time of maturity, in your time of I declare to let go, or I declare that I am ready. You are receiving frequencies that are available in your field, are available in the collective field, and are coming into your consciousness for your growth. Yeah? So Monday is training. So imagine that you are going to the gym, and it's going to be training. Wednesday, which is every 2 Wednesday, we are doing a bit more chilled in that sense that you are able to receive. And for the pillars of light working on the unconditional love project and part of the big community, they are holding the space as well and amplifying this crystalline grid that we are building around planet Earth. And for those of what I'm talking about, it's unknown. You just come, you receive, you declare your readiness to receive, and the energy flows through you. Very strong energy. You may feel it tonight because like since a couple of Mondays, since 3 Monday, the same energy is coming toward the end of the session on Monday to really infuse with unconditional love. Yeah, it's completing the exercise and it's fusing your light bodies, infusing with a high frequency liquid light of unconditional love, the light of creation, because you have created some space. So now it's like coming somehow a little bit on at the end of the Monday session. So Wednesday, you receive, you melt like ice, you melt like ice under the warm love, the flame of unconditional love. Good evening, Ali. So tonight we are actually prolonging the course of last weekend, and we are going to bring you through a third eye expansion / activation / exercise / practice.
So we felt that we have enough in the community have studied with us level 1 and level 2. So it's good now to say the energy and the consciousness ready to continue with this third eye exercise that we learned, upload, download. I'll mention a couple of words on them. Expanding the psychic network, expanding the vision, expanding the connection. So even if the other people, some of the new people never heard or never studied with us level 2, but I would say because of the community have already studied with us for a while, so the energy will sustain itself and you will receive easier as you have more people are familiar with the energy. We mentioned this before, it's like a mind hive. When you have few people, they are more familiar, their consciousness will carry that knowing this exercise, and you become easier for you to pick up on the exercise and the gym style, third eye gym.
So if tonight some words, so it's good because we have at least half of the room who attended the level 2 like this weekend or through the last year. So there may be like some terminology, some words that are not familiar to you. It's perfectly fine. Go with the energy. And the deeper you go into your relaxation, the deeper you go into dropping the mind, trying to understand things, the deeper you go, the more you're going to travel in your consciousness as well. The more you're going to travel into, it's like a dream, okay? So you let yourself traveling, so you perceive the frequencies with your psychic, your psychic ability that are the most developed. It can be sensation, it can be visions, it can be knowing, it can be your intuition, it can be your clairaudience. So the deeper you go, the deeper you relax, the deeper you stop trying to think what's happening, the more you're gonna flow with it. So drop the resistance to flow with the session. We have a topic that we are going to discuss before the session, but before that, I'm going to share a couple of news that you're already probably
News announcement
aware.
first, and then topic, and small announcement about. I'm feeling that I would like also to share something about the astral projection and things.
Yeah,
after
that's the
we finish.
project, yeah.
Yeah.
The topic. So, starting by tomorrow evening at 7:30, we're gonna be online with Didi, who is here,
She's
on her
already channeling
iPad, already
something,
channeling
by
the
the way.
session. So Didi is the one channeling
So
all
the
the
artist
canvas
behind
yeah.
all those light code you can see right now, those are light coded during sessions, during transmission, during receiving, some of them presenting archangels, for example, some of them presenting certain energy. And Didi, she's the artist behind them, and she's here already doing something already. Can you show us quickly?
A lot of Christ tonight.
Oh, so Didi is so there is no time and space. So Didi is able to tap into a session, even though she is not here physically or even in advance. So it apparently already started.
Yes. So
so-
the higher realms generally, when you guys come, especially Monday and also in Wednesday, I would say it's become known because we've been doing it for almost 4 years right now. So they
Yes.
have an appointment. Okay, Monday 7:30, people's coming. We are ready. So they're preparing the energy, the ball of light that will come, your expansion.
So
So
if-
they start able to tap into it before start. Okay, are you starting? Okay, I'm going to.
So if you are in the house before the session, it starts around 4 p.m. in the afternoon. The energy starts building for the evening.
Yes.
So around 3:30.
This is good about dedication and repeating
Yeah.
schedule and committed people.
Mm.
That's the way to grow, right?
Yeah. So 7:30 tomorrow we're gonna be live online, and all the artwork that you see in the house that represent different type of energy and consciousness and frequencies will be for sale. Will be on sale.
Will be on
It's already for sale. It will be on sale.
Yeah, will be special price.
So
for
special
people.
price like 50%, 60%. It's a flash sale. So if there is like some art that you feel drawn to, I will tell you that it's the perfect opportunity to grab it at the best price ever.
Yeah, you need to be online, not in the villa, just to mention.
Yes, it's not at the house.
And
It's
you put
online.
the comment, and Mathilde will explain for you, and you will see the light code channeling, and Didi will explain something about the light code, and you get attracted about light code, and then the price will be very interesting. So that's why you can book some of them online and have it in your house. So when you have all this channeling, like you are bathing into this frequency of this light coded channeling, archangels, Elohim, higher realms.
Shriyantra,
Shriyantra,
Ananda, this is
and
Azil sessions,
these
Seraphim.
These are beautiful also, Ascended Master,
Sisterhood
Sisterhood of Rose, Brotherhood of Light. So
There's
many.
Arcturus behind as well.
I am present.
The Christ, our favorites, not here.
Yeah.
They're like crystals basically infused with the frequency whatever is channeled. So the same way we program crystals, we infuse with frequency, the same way we
Those
program
codes,
this.
yes. Fused with
And
the
I've
light
been
code.
bathing for a while here, so
Yes.
imagine with the vortex.
So that's tomorrow at 7:30. Next information, if you want to know more about crystals in a way of healing and understanding the depth of how they are made, where they're coming from, how they can be used, how you can use them beyond programming for a vortex, also the Lemuria, I would say consciousness, the Lemuria age, Svetlana will do her workshop. The event is online and it's October 11th and 12th. So you have the volume 1 and volume 2. So if you can attend only one day, you have the possibility to attend one day because it's not a 2 days workshop. It's somehow like level 1 and level 2, and you can do either of them. So it's October 11 and 12. So if you're interested, I suggest you book in quickly. So Svetlana is usually sitting where you are as well, and
not
she's
here
all
today.
about the realm of dragon, fairies, and crystal kingdom up to the 12 densities down to Mother Earth. So she will have, she has created a beautiful course, and she will bring you into a beautiful journey with transmission and meditation. So that is in October. What else? We are going to meet Adil tomorrow online, so let's see what he's deciding for the dates, what we're going to decide for the dates when it will come end of October, November, so there will be group sessions, there will be small group sessions, it's going to be super excited, and I was talking with a friend, and we are all feeling that from the 31st of October, beginning of November, there's a lot of things that will happen, like there's an energy that is growing. I've been sharing that every Monday since a couple of weeks, so it has been confirmed somehow, and even anyway. So it's gonna be quite interesting, and this is why we are getting prepared as well. In terms of other events, December 12th, 13th, and 14th, it's the retreat in Dubai or Abu Dhabi or Ras Al Khaimah. We are putting all our attention, focus, manifestation on Abu Dhabi. So we may receive information in a couple of days, and the details will be online hopefully by this weekend. It's going to be a 3 days intensive spiritual boot camp, mixing the level 3 Christ heart, cosmic Christ heart and diamond light body, and the unconditional love project. 5 stars, super good food, super luxurious in nourishment and cozy. So what I mentioned in the details is, as you are going inward, within, to really build.
We just go now.
No, honestly, like this,
Next week.
I've been loving this
Pakistan.
place for years, and when I came back, I'm like,
It's so good, yeah.
it's so good. And
It's quiet, the energy is very good.
it's cozy as well.
Yes.
Anyway, so what I was saying is, so it's gonna be a mix of two, and as you're gonna really be focused inward, we want to have a place that also nourish your body, because it's gonna be somehow intense. There will be silence, there will be a lot of transmission, it will be like /course /transmission /practice.
So the story behind it
retreat.
is we used to do level 3 as a 2 days weekend, and we realized that it should not be a course, and we need to turn it into a retreat of 3 days.
So we will really much focus on the combination of these two, and it's actually falling on the 12/12, which is very interesting, yeah. For a reason that the weekend before after was not available and so on. And we are pretty much excited, and we are already feeling the energy, we're already in it. The details will come through the event in a few days, and the proper energy of the retreat will be built in the next couple of months. You know how it works with us, you know how it works in the platform, in the house, in the course. You gathering in one space, we are opening an opportunity for the energy to be infused and to be anchored in this 2D plane. So if no one is gathering, there is no way that the energy will pour through, because there is no container to receive. So when we are together, not only setting our readiness, present, excited to receive, in our excitement to grow, in our commitment to be the best of ourselves and the best aspects that we are, then there is a full support from non-physical consciousness supporting your growth and infusing you with what is relevant for where you're going, or for who you are. So in gathering, we can bring more of ourselves, more of the universe light within. So that will be in December 12th, 13th, 14th, book and save the date. We really hope you can make it.
And another thing is we are going to bring a lot of crystal. So bring our crystal and all the participant crystal, and we're going to do unconditional love activation with all the crystal, and then full on cosmic Christ heart activation. So we are looking forward for it also, to have this
Are
experience.
you laughing about the retreat already? Feeling the excitement of it? Yeah? I'm planning to dance at the retreat too.
We like a lot
Yeah.
of crystal, like a lot of crystal.
By what? You?
I know from our community, at least each one of us, at least they have at least 10 crystal, big one. So imagine with all those crystal and another like 30 people, each one of them has 10 crystal at least. It's like, will be like a mountain of crystal in the center and then activate. It's superb.
So that's it for the news.
It will beam light from above. Like people just like, there is something happening here, what's happening?
Would you like to share, guys? That's the energy.
Ali is cracking jokes. Ali cracking jokes or Sandra cracking jokes?
Just lovely frequency, that's all.
So
It's
you're
Wednesday.
giggling naturally, right?
Yeah, of course, it's always natural.
It's the
Organic.
feedback.
And then people get affected just like by sitting there, you know.
Wow.
Who knows who's here?
I see.
So that is for the couple of news, and thank you for listening and for this sharing the information.
Okay, so the second part.
The
which
second
is-
part is it has been, I would say, 2 weeks that we keep on having the same questions from some of you, and Laura is the last one today. So we took this opportunity. Thank you for asking this morning. We took this opportunity to share that information online and with all of you.
And it happens sometimes that I would say a wave in the collective
Yeah.
will be focusing on certain topic.
Mm.
We've seen it many times, and when we tap into that energy and we start sharing our our idea and perspective about it, and so people they can learn, and then that energy or that understanding will be understood, and then another wave start taking place. So some people they were asking those questions. I have the same question also in the course. Happens. Before that couple of Monday we have also the same question. So it's like a wave of the same question taking place in the collective. So we should address it.
Yes.
Yes. What is it, babe?
Ah. So I'm doing the introduction. What is it? Ta-da-da-da. It is about waking up in the middle of the night or early morning and having the feeling that there's a presence in your room, having the feeling that you are astral projecting or in sleep paralysis. So these questions have been
So
asked
those
a
words:
lot.
sleep paralysis, astral projection,
Yeah.
out of body experience, if is present in the room,
But
or
non-voluntary and in the middle of the night.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we heard a couple of times already. Yes. And
And I was introducing you to talk about it.
and that remind me, or maybe I feel like interested to do maybe a webinar about it also, certain point, or maybe do a course. Like I feel excited about teaching. Now I feel like more excited to teach about astral projection. I've been studying astral projection and training myself for a long time. I always share this information. I remember also people say, when you teach us astral projection, and I always feel like it's not important because there is many things more important than you actually traveling in the astral. I think right now the community, the people who's been with us for a while, or the many years that we built up, the heart resonance, the love, the understanding, the vortex, connecting with the higher realms, make us at ease right now to focus on another aspect, which is also now becoming available after that expansion, which is astral projection, and understanding your energy body, astral body, and if you want to meet some higher guide in the astral, not having a just weird presence in the room. So I will be interested to do something like this, and maybe course. I don't know. Will come. Let's see. If you guys excited, I might do a
Yes.
course. Yes.
Yes.
But that my course will be more a training. I will not call it a course, because if you are excited to do that, then we'll go into certain training and practices, and we'll see at the end of the second day if we astral project.
I think after the level
After
third
the
eye and higher gates, like
Yes.
all the understanding, because
It
like
will be-
when you start traveling in the astral, there is certain layers that if you start having fear or doubts, your frequency is dropping, and it can affect your energy and your your whatever travel you're doing. So there is somehow preparation, and it's not a game to go in the astral. You can encounter a lot of type of energies. So Ben would like to share about
Yes.
those questions
So
and
one
about
aspect-
being afraid when
yes.
you wake
Before
up at night.
before tapping into this, I used to study a lot about astral projection and have books still now. I've read many of them. Some aspects are very useful. Some aspects are completely useless, but still bring perspective and so on. One very important aspect is before anyone attempt to learn this, or some of you guys accidentally or intuitively or spontaneously happened, which is you wake up in the middle of night, you cannot move, and the room is different, it's not the same, and there is a movement and there is sound and all those stories, freaking stories, and then you manage to wake up yourself, and so the sound is everything gone, but you have that experience, and it's so weird. Before even all this is like, what have happened and why it caused you to have that experience, and what that experience teaching you, and all those fear-based experience, what all these teaching us as a humanity. When we have astral body, we have consciousness, we have astral realms also, but then how we can maneuver and what we can learn from it. One of them is to learn from your, I would say, reflection of your fears, and knowing that you have something in you as a frequency, still have not yet mastered, that need to be released, so you don't match this frequency anymore. And in heart resonance, we mentioned that. So the first things is you need to train yourself to have the love and light in your system and your frequency up. When you have this is very strong in you, it's not possible to match this realm basically. So in my training, when I was inducing the astral projection, and in the time that I was not very balanced, or I was upset, or I was angry, or I'm carrying some of the emotion that is lowering my frequency, I will find myself in astral plane that's not pleasant. Did you see it? And every time, and then of course I learned my lesson. I said, okay, I'm not going to induce astral projection before I really prepare myself. Now, of course, it will never happen because I meditate every day. But I'm talking about the past time, past year when I was developing that. If you focus and you start building up powerful love, or clearing all your negative fears or some attachment, and building this high frequency energy, and then when you jump, your astral body will jump into a realms where it match your frequency, and you reach, most of the time, if you have a very powerful frequency, you'll go to the realms where the higher guides reside. You meet actually spiritual teacher, and that's what I do sometime on the morning. I tell you this is what happened, and I made this, and it's always pleasant. So from that understanding, you'll understand that. So those experiences are teaching you something, teaching you that, well, it's either spontaneously happen to tell you that your astral field that you are not aware of when you are physically conscious is not really very high frequency. So that means you need to change your space, put more high frequency in your space. So it could be crystal, could be flower, could be prayer, could be essential oil. Just make sure that your energy in the space always high. One. Second is your own frequency. When you have those spontaneous energy or spontaneous jump, or let's focus on sleep paralysis. If it happened and you met those beings, that means you are agreeing with your higher self. Remember, you're always connecting with your higher self. Your higher self agreeing on that experience to remind you, to show you some frequency that's still available in you, and it's matching that realms. It's for you to know that you have things you need to clear and change and shift your frequency. It's always the case. And then take it as an opportunity instead of fear-based. Oh, thank you, lower astral realm, to show me my own lower frequency that I need to change. And if you change them, and if it happens again, you will find yourself spontaneously in sleep paralysis, but there is no noises, and there is no scary being, and actually there is a bright being. And that bright being will be higher guide, will be ascended master sometimes, will be some of the star family, could be anything that is matching a high frequency of your energy. Did you see it, guys?
So if you happen to, did we answer your question, Laura?
Yes.
Okay. So in as a physical tool now, because this is our practice, the understanding, the way to go, as a practical tool that feel also physically safe, make sure that your room is vibrating high.
Yes.
So saging your room, having programmed crystals, agreed not to close from your bed, otherwise you will not sleep.
Essential
A clean,
oil.
essential oil, a clean room, decluster.
The sample, any
like
techniques
clean
that
room.
make it high frequency.
What it
But the analogy I can give you, when you have a bit of dirt in a room or in the kitchen, what you'll find? Flies, right? Right? If you have very
Ants.
nice flower, ants and cockroaches, right? If you have very nice, a clean,
All your friends.
and if you have a very clean kitchen, always synthesize for not synthesize, what the word? Sanitize. Flowers, things. What you'll attract? You'll attract
Butterflies.
bees, butterflies. It's very simple.
Love.
That's it. If you find a flies or cockroach, that means something scary. Don't point at that something scary. Say, thank you for showing me I have a dirt, I have to clean up. That's always the case. You don't go and point at the cockroach or the fly and say, oh, what you're doing here? And they tell you, you kept the dirt for me. You invited me. That's always the case. And if you see butterfly, say, oh my God, it's magic. Where you put some flower, obviously, so the butterfly came. That's always the case.
Fairies. Nice.
Good.
Yeah. It resonates.
Mm-hmm.
So if it does happen to you in the near future, or if it did happen, we hope that it transmuted the perception that you had that created those questions for us to answer. And if it's happening in the near future, keep that really present in your consciousness, so when it happens you can catch yourself and realign it as you are experiencing it. Okay?
Yes, so sometimes
If you
when
can.
when we have an experience, this always I teach on level 1, level 2, I teach it most of the time, but I have to repeat it zillions of times till it's soak in. Every time you have unpleasant experience, wait for it. Every time you have unpleasant experience,
Wow.
okay?
One more time.
One more time, please. Every time you have unpleasant experience, whatever is that, don't point at it, don't shout at it, don't say, oh, what is this? Say, what is it teaching me? What I need to change from this experience that's telling me you have it, so you attract it, you manifest it. And it's showing you something you need to change, something you need to clear. It's doing its job, basically. For you to reach your higher mastery, to change something in you. Because if it did not happen, you will never know that you have a dirt. If the cockroach did not show up, how you know that you actually have a food drop under the table and pile up, and it's now fungi and everything? You'll never know because you're sitting there not looking at the deep stuff. So those always reflect and say you, oh well, you kept dirt. So, oh, thank you, cockroach. Now I realize I have a dirt. I'm going to clean it, so you don't have food and you have to go. Do you see it? So it's always this case.
Focusing on the positive and get your epiphany to move on and grow. Cool? That's a nice talk. I like that. Maybe we shall take some more topics like this.
Yeah, I would like
on the
to do. I
Mondays.
would like to do some webinars, especially about. Sometimes also people they are afraid when they are doing healing or afraid when they're going places that's dirty energy or what you can do. And I know there's many techniques of shielding and protection, but if you focus on the shield, you are not changing your frequency. It becomes attached to tools. After a while, it doesn't work. It's very similar to antibiotic resistance. Did you see it? It's very similar. If you don't strengthen your immune system and depend on the antibiotic, after a while they don't work because you'll have resistance because you need to strengthen your immune system instead of taking antibiotic. Well, sometimes antibiotic works, which is good, but you don't depend on it. You need to strengthen your immune system. Did you see the analogy? It's very clear, right?
Right.
So do you know when you're going to do that?
No.
When I will do it. Maybe I'll announce
Yes,
next.
we do. Some part of ourselves, they do know
Yeah.
when we're gonna do it.
My future self have already set the time. I have no idea when. Next week I will announce when I will do the webinar at least.
We have a couple of things in the pipeline,
And
like
then,
the
yeah, we
free
have-
healing
we always have
thing,
many things. I have big things also coming. So
4
I have
hours
to focus on that.
attunement, the next ones, the next level 1 of unconditional love, planning the level 2 of unconditional love. So let's see. Webinars usually come, but we don't prepare them. So when we wake up in the morning, it's like nice time to prepare for webinar, and in 2-3 days it will be out.
Yes.
So
It's like the collective will be
Yeah.
nag on us. It's time to do this. They're very similar to the negative contract release that I've done 2 years ago now.
yeah, almost
At
years
that time,
ago.
it was loud screaming. I've done 3 webinars in a row on the same topic. And I remember of some of our friends also, we were doing Monday, 3 in a row, negative contract release, cleansing karmic packages and things. And it's like, enough with this, I cleaned it, nothing left in me. I said, yeah, I know, we're doing that work, but many people, they haven't done it, so we're giving opportunity to recycle some of the packages, negative contract and things. At that time was very important.
So
Maybe
yeah, so
now
let's
it's another wave, but it's not the same anymore, it's not required, it's not strong. I don't feel that in the collective very strong, but maybe this wave of still being afraid about negative energy is very strong.
Maybe it can actually be an aspect of the retreat.
Yeah, because many people sensing the energy, many people they're having spontaneous sleep paralysis. It's becoming faster now. Eventually, the more consciousness grow, you should know, well, all the human, they will know that they have astral body, they have energy, there is astral realm, and this become more available. So if they don't work on yourself, well, they found themselves sleep paralysis in the lower astral, and then freak out, and so they have to do the work. Okay, we need to clean the dirt that is fungal for years under the table.
Alright,
All right,
let's start.
beautiful talk.
Thank you guys for watching online. If you want to be part of the session tonight, you have
The link in the description.
in the description. You go there, you pay, you receive your password, and you join us on Crowdcast. We are waiting for you, and for those who are online, welcome as well.
Love you
Lots
guys.
of love. Bye bye.